Hi everyone, as you may know, I am a true Alcantara lover. I've got this Alcantara steering wheel, Alcantara armrest, Alcantara parking brake boot, and I also have this Alcantara Shift Boot. Now, but if you look at the Shift Boot and compare it to the steering wheel and this and that, you may notice that the stitching here doesn't match with the tri-stitching that's here and everywhere else. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing my Shift Boot. Now, there are two ways of doing it. You can just get a whole kit that comes with the actual shifter, and that's a couple of $100, and it's an easy swap. What I'm going to be doing is I actually picked up this Shift Boot from a website that I'm going to link down below, and this was only $40. So for $40, I'm going to try to accomplish what you could accomplish for about $400 if you are not into modifying or DIYing your car. First thing we have to do is remove this OEM boot. And to do it, you basically put your fingers here and pry it as hard as you can. Let's see. Okay, so what worked is I kind of put my fingers from the top, pulled it towards me, and then pulled it up. The next step is removing the actual shifter. And to do it is, and I've never done this, but apparently you just simply pull up. You don't want to position your face on the receiving end of your hand, because once it detaches itself, apparently it's like an on and off switch. It doesn't come off gradually. So let's see. That was easy. So this is the shifter as well as the boot, and this is the boot that we're going to be trying to replicate. As you can see, you've got these stitches here, and it should be pretty straightforward, and it matches this Alcantara very well. Now, before we get to the swap, I know you're curious to see what's inside. Let's take a look. Nothing really too exciting. More rubbers, more wires, and this is what happens when you shift your shifter. Pretty cool. All right, so we're back in my garage now. I feel like a magician with my sleeves rolled up, but this is what we have here. We've got this shifter, and so first thing we have to do is we have to separate the knob from the actual boot. And if you flip this inside out, you can see that there's a little plastic clip here. And this plastic clip is what's holding this boot in. Clips are breaking. Maybe we'll just, all right. So I basically put a screwdriver here and I pried it out, and it came off. And it broke. All right, and it broke some clips on the shifter. Okay, but you know what? We can improvise. So we have to separate this plastic from this leather. See, I'm putting the screwdriver in here and trying to pry it out. Come on, speed up the camera. This is the last piece that's coming unglued. Now, the next thing we have to remove is we have to detach the actual boot from the frame. It appears to me that it's attached not only by these clips, but also by these staples. So the old one is out. Okay, so let's see if this fits. So this should be the corner. Actually, no. This is actually very easy to tell because you've got these two clips here. The two clips go in these holes. And then we just simply tug it over the holes. So the boot is in. I think it looks cool. One thing I could do is I could put crazy glue along the edge to kind of mimic what the staples were doing, but I don't necessarily think it's necessary. Now we have the boot issue. Let's put it inside. Let's see how far does it go. And then let's take the ring and squeeze the ring against the shifter. See, it goes in. This is here. This is how it goes in, like that. So now we just have to make sure we can do the same thing with the leather over it. Doesn't look like my idea is working well, so my next idea is to align it as best as I can, because actually, I'm not gonna lie, I've broken all the clips, but that's okay, we can make it work. Then I'm gonna break these clips all together, they're only getting in my way. Now with the clips fully broken, I can just simply glue it in as I feel is appropriate. Okay. You know what? We've got nothing to lose. So we're gonna put glue on the rim of the shifter. Then we should just be able to line it up and hope for the best. We're gonna give it a few minutes to solidify. Now that the outside is sort of glued on, we're gonna glue in this ring to help give it some sort of a rigid structure. Once it dries, we're gonna put it back in the car. We're back in the car, and the moment of truth. Let's put the shifter back on the knob. Okay, the knob is on. Now we're gonna put the boot in place. And I think we got it. Okay, so this was it. This is not obviously 100% perfect. We had to glue it around, but to someone who doesn't know that it's not kind of supposed to sit like that, no one would ever notice. And it obviously shifting feels the same. And now I'm happy to report that my stitchings match everywhere. You've got the same stitching on the steering wheel, you've got the same stitching on the armrest, on the handbrake lever, and now on my shift boot. Oh, actually, and there's matching stitching on the seat belt. Anyways, so on that note, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.